So there's something that they don't tell you when you first start out in your business, when you start your yoga business or any business. And it's that mindset, your mindset is really everything. And, when I first started, I didn't have the right mindset to be where I am today. And I'm going to share a little bit more about that today with you. And, it really took me some time to finally figure out what I was doing wrong. And, I think it's fair to say that when you look at roles within an organization, the mindset of an employee is going to be far different to the mindset of the CEO. And looking back at my own journey, I realized that I've really held myself back in the past with a mindset that was more like an employee mindset. And today, I'm going to call that mindset a yoga teacher mindset. Okay. And what I should have been doing is really looking at my business from the mindset of a CEO or the mindset of a yoga visionary. And the good news is that when I discovered what the problem actually was, I was then able to take steps to transform my mindset, to upgrade my mindset and become more aware of, my thought patterns and the limiting beliefs that were really holding me back. And this really helped me to break free from this yoga teacher mindset and really to step into the yoga visionary mindset. And I know a lot of teachers, probably some of you guys here today with me, a lot of teachers struggle with this idea that you're in fact a yoga business owner. So share in the comments if that's something that crops up for you, that you don't really see yourself as a business owner. Especially if you're just starting out, especially if you're in the beginning. Or think back, if you've been teaching and running your business for a while, think back to what it was like when you first started. And, you probably became a yoga teacher because yoga changed your life. And, now it's your mission to share that magical, life-changing experience with other people. And so you didn't realize at the time that you had to also be a business owner, because this isn't something that they teach you when you're doing your teacher training. So my question to all of you guys today is, are you holding yourself back with a yoga teacher mindset, or are you forging ahead with a yoga visionary mindset? So I'd love to know your thoughts and experiences of this, guys. Do share in the comments. And if you're unsure where you're at right now, I'm going to talk you through what these two mindsets actually look like when they're being played out in your business. So any answers to that question? Hey, Jacqueline. Hello, how you doing? Hey, Sam. So Sam says, I am definitely struggling from switching my mind and daily routine from employee to badass business boss. Yeah, badass biz boss. So Sam has actually recently left her corporate job at the end of last year. It was the end of last year, wasn't it, Sam? December time. So yeah, it's that transition, isn't it? Especially when you're kind of almost, it's a complete cut off. There isn't any kind of real transition in terms of maybe reducing your hours or kind of freelancing. You've literally gone from that full-time job to now becoming the owner of your business. Sarah says 100% agree with this. So yeah, so really kind of spend a little bit of time to reflect here, like where are you right now? Are you coming from this kind of employee mindset, or are you like down with the CEO mindset? And as I said, I'm going to talk through the two of those. And I'm also going to give you some practical advice today to really ensure that if you are in the in the yoga teacher mindset, that you're actually working on, stepping into the shoes and wearing that hat of the yoga visionary. So let's start then. Let's start talking about the yoga visionary mindset, yeah? And as I talk through this, I want you to really connect to what it feels like for you to be the yoga visionary in your business. Okay. And so if you think about a CEO, yeah, if you think about an organization and the top of the organization, you've got the CEO, you know, there's certain kind of traits or kind of behaviors, let's say, that might come to mind. And, you know, things like strategic decision making, or, you know, allowing events to unfold before rushing into something, and also like listening and asking for feedback. But I think the biggest quality is the ability to see the bigger picture. You know, this is really what separates employees from CEOs, or yoga teachers from yoga visionaries. And when you have the mindset of the yoga visionary, the CEO, you know exactly where your business is going, because you're almost steering the ship. Like, you have the ability to see that bigger picture and to make those long-term decisions because you know what you're working towards. And so this particular mindset is very much about creating a direction and like a path for your business. And you know, if you think about an employee in an organization, they're kind of like in the trenches, aren't they? They can't usually see past their own job. So, you know, this is really about focusing on the here and now when you're in this employee mindset, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, but if you're just in that mindset all the time, if that's the mindset that you're in that's driving you forward, you're going to end up making short-term plans. Does that make sense? And have no business direction. So I think, you know, it goes without saying that you need to have this mindset when it comes to the implementation in your business. It's important to have that when you're actually taking action on things and implementing the strategies that you're using. You know, putting on that hat of the yoga teacher, of the employee, and knocking off your to-do list is fine, but be careful that you don't lose that kind of bigger picture vision. And quite often, that's the part that's missing. Yeah, that is the part that's missing. Because, you know, unlike this like yoga visionary mindset, action without that long-term direction, it doesn't do very well. So you really do need to kind of marry up those skills. And so if I think about my own experience, my own journey, there was a time in my business where, you know, when I first started working with a coach, and she asked me, like, what's your 6-month plan? And I, you know, and ahed my way through the answer. And it was basically to enroll more students in my program. And I realized that I had no 6-month plan for my business. Like, I had my head down and focused so much on the tasks that I didn't take, you know, time to kind of step into the mindset of a yoga visionary, of a CEO, and actually give my business a direction. Like, I was so stuck in this yoga teacher mindset, this employee mindset, that I had no idea where I wanted to be 6 months from that day. So, you know, at the time, I was in the first year of my business, Digital Yoga Academy, whilst I was running my retreat company, Good Yoga Life. And that particular year, I remember it well, it's 2017, I ran 10 retreats that year. You know, it was big time hustle, and I hustled to exhaustion. Like, I was driven by this need for approval almost, and like external validation, and my belief that I had to work harder and achieve more to fully succeed, or to truly succeed. And until I opened myself up, you know, to receiving guidance from coaches, from mentors who had already walked this entrepreneurial path and like understood the uniqueness of the journey. And working with my coach, I realized that, you know, Well, it became really clear to me that for me to unlock my mindset for success and to upgrade, like to upgrade my belief systems and really to find alignment, but not only that, like to find the validation within myself, you know, rather than seeking it externally, rather than thinking I had to work hard, had to keep achieving to get this validation, but to actually find it within myself. That was the magic ingredient, you know, to realizing, you know, to truly realizing my potential and what I was here to do, you know. So I hope that makes sense. You know, it's like this inner work has brought me a whole new level of confidence and fulfillment, and it's really allowed me to scale my business to where it is today, and to also accept and receive support from my amazing team, because that's something that I held back on. And again, it goes back to this mentality that you have to be doing all the things and you have to do everything, and, you know, not releasing control and thinking I had to do it all, no one else could do it as well. And that, again, you know, moving that transition from doing everything on your own to actually allowing supporting is a mindset upgrade. You know, going from yoga teacher to yoga visionary to the CEO, you know, badass business boss. And it's incredible, really. Like, it's wild when I say it out loud that, you know, within 3 years of running my business, I turned my kind of passion project into a multiple six-figure company. It's wild when I say that out loud. But honestly, I would not have been able to do that with a yoga teacher mindset. I would not have been able to do that without upgrading my mindset to that of the yoga visionary. And so I think the danger is that if you spend too long in the yoga teacher mindset, you risk drifting along in your business with no real direction or sense of purpose. And you risk, you know, staying stuck with the weekly Zoom schedule because you're not seeing the bigger picture and the possibilities that really lie ahead of you and the things that are possible. You know, there are endless possibilities. It's limitless. And I think, you know, if you look around you, there are people who, well, people just wake up one day and they're like, my goodness, what have I done with my life? And the reason is because they're so focused on the short term, right? That they forget to ask, how is this going to affect me in the long term? Where am I going? Yeah. I know, you know, it's important that we are in the present moment, of course. But having a direction and purpose and connecting that direction to your purpose that you feel in the present moment is key. So, you know, as I said, you know, whilst it is important to have the yoga teacher mindset, to have the employee mindset for those times when you're taking action and you're being the busybody and you're doing the things that are going to move the strategies forward, it's important that you don't just have only that mindset. So, yeah. Let's have a look at some of your comments, guys. How are you feeling with this today? How is it sitting, what I'm saying? So we've talked about both mindsets, the two mindsets. So how do we move? Like, if we start to kind of recognize ourselves having the yoga teacher mindset or the employee mindset, how do we move from that to the CEO mindset? How do we move towards becoming the visionary in our business? And it's not always an instant transition. In fact, I can guarantee that it won't be. But there's some things that you can think about and you can start to do to bring more of that kind of yoga visionary mindset into your business, especially when you start making long-term plans. So guys, share with me, do you have a long-term plan? Or do you have, specifically, do you have a long-term vision? You might just have a plan for the next 90 days, or maybe a plan for the next 6 months is a good start, right? But have you spent time connecting to a longer term vision of where you see your business and yourself in a year from now, of where you see yourself in 5 years, in 10 years? Like, what is the bigger vision for your company? Let's have a look. Yeah, this is making you guys think about something today, right? This is great. Good stuff. Yeah. So what really helps me is tons of journaling, business journaling. So I have a journal, I have like two journals. I have a personal one, and then I've got my, where is it? Where is it? Too many journals. I've got my gold one somewhere, which is my business one. Um, so journal, like just really spending some time getting your thoughts down on paper, and just writing and just letting it all come out, all of these ideas that you have, and let them start to make sense. And they might not make sense in the beginning, but work on it, continue to work on your plans, like every day write about your business and your aspirations and what you see the future to look like. Do it every day, write down your goals every single day. I promise you, if you do that, those goals are etched into your brain. You know what you're working towards. So set aside some time to plan, okay? And don't skip it. Don't skip time, having that time to really plan. You know, especially if you think that you're too busy to plan, like I used to think that all the time. I'm too busy. You know, you need to, first of all, clear some time in your calendar, right? Clear some time in your calendar, and then spend that time looking at the long-term direction of your business and where you really want to go with this, like the success path. And it's really important for the health of your business to do that. And then make sure you check in with it. Like you can do that weekly, monthly, every other week, whatever it is, every month, whatever you want to do. But make sure you check in with what you've done and what you have coming up, and you know how that's going to support your long-term goals. Because if you have a long-term vision, you know, you can ask yourself, how is this supporting my long-term vision? How is this supporting my long-term goals? And there's so many things that you can do, right? There's so many opportunities, so many marketing strategies and activities and everything that you can do to kind of promote yourself online and grow your community. But not all of them will necessarily be aligned with your long-term goal. So, you know, before you take on any project, or before you start working with someone, like before you agree on a collaboration, before you launch a new offering or get into the process of crafting a new offering, ask yourself, is this aligned with my long-term goal? You know, is it going to help me to reach it? And if the answer is it's not, then shelf that idea and come back to it another time. And then don't forget to kind of use the strengths of each mindset. I've kind of touched on this a couple of times already, but the key is to be able to balance both mindsets and use each one when you need to. Okay, so if you realize that you're drifting, you know, from your kind of long-term vision, then it's time to put on your hat of the yoga visionary and just lay down some longer term plans and, you know, make them more concrete. On the other hand, you know, if you realize that all you've done is planning and you're not following through on those plans, then you need to grab your employee hat, your yoga teacher hat, and just get down to business. So there you go, guys. So today, really wanted to kind of talk to you and share my thoughts on mindset and how you can use mindset strategically in your business. and just to recognize the dangers of always being in a yoga teacher mindset, in an employee mindset, where we're simply just, taking action, which is great. We want to take action, but we are disconnected from our long-term vision and our long-term goals and our true purpose, really. Okay, perfect. Good. So any questions on this today for me? Yeah, so Sarah says, I've been living day to day, week to week. Definitely need to sit down and plan. Yeah, or I make a plan and then I don't apply it. Yeah. Okay, Tara says, I have no problem with the vision. I see it so clearly all the way to the book deal. Amazing. It's just the planning and actioning I struggle with. Okay, so this is where we need to marry them together. We need to marry them together, or we need to look at bringing people in. Yeah, we need to look at bringing people in to support us. And that's okay too. You don't have to be doing everything. And I'm not saying you should be doing everything. And certainly, when you are in the mindset of the yoga visionary, you are so focused on your longer term vision and your long term goals and the direction that you're going in, that you're looking to bring the people in to support you with that vision and to get you there. And that might be, in the first instance, getting a VA on board for a few hours a week and just really building up from there, so that you can take your time off those kind of tasks that you would pay someone $10, let's say, to working on the tasks that you would pay someone $100 or you would pay someone $1,000. The tasks that are really going to help you to move the needle. Does that make sense? So, that's a skill really that you have to start to learn to master in your business. It's like, at what point am I ready to bring people in? And when you see that actually, if I free up my time doing this stuff here that's taking up a lot of my time and doesn't need to be done by me, it can be delegated, it can be outsourced, and I can focus on actually working on my business, then my business is going to go further forward, and I'm actually going to gain more momentum. It's going to help to grow my community more and sell out my programs. I'm going to make more money. So actually, I need to get rid of these tasks over here so I can allow that to happen, so I can allow that to flow. Does that make sense? So these are the sort of strategic decisions that you make when you are in the mindset of a CEO, of a yoga visionary. It's completely different to when you're in the mindset of a yoga teacher or employee and you think you have to be doing everything yourself, taking all of the actions and all of the responsibility. And I've certainly seen this in my own journey. I've talked a little bit about it today, but moving from that, shifting from that, and seeing the transformations in your own business. You bring about bigger transformation for yourself and your business when you make these shifts, when you upgrade your mindset. So important that we don't just focus on the marketing, the strategies. You can have the best marketing and strategies in the world. If you don't have the right mindset, it isn't going to work. It just doesn't work. So you need to have the two of them together. And I hope that's really inspired you today, guys, to really have a think about this. And I encourage you to journal on it. Journal on it. Ask yourself that question that I asked right at the very beginning today. What mindset do I currently have? Am I yoga teacher employee mindset? Or am I, CEO, yoga visionary mindset? Where am I right now? Am I holding myself back with my mindset? Start to ask yourself these very important questions. Okay, I hope that's been helpful for you guys today. And do share with me any other kind of reflections or anything else that comes up. Obviously this video will stay here in the group, so I invite you to just allow what I've shared today to digest and come back and share here in the group. Create a post, share your experiences, share your kind of thought process and how this has really landed with you today. I would absolutely love to hear from you guys. Okay, I'm going to love you and leave you today. I hope everybody is doing well wherever you are in the world. I'm sending you so much love. And yeah, I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed. Like it for me, it is truly a dream every single day to be able to help teachers like you guys to unlock your potential and to really make a greater impact and actually make a living doing what you love and doing what you do. So I'm really happy and grateful to be here supporting you on this journey. Okay, I will see you guys. I'll see you guys soon. I will be live on Friday in Instagram at 2 p.m. for a Q&A. If you want to join me there, I'd love to see you. Lots of love, everybody. Bye bye.